All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash, the honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the Hopefulelect men that scattered abroad, pushing his truth with all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. Right, I'm the brother I'm one coming with a video, Lord willing. It's edifying, quick, live. Right, and I was thinking about it, as I was, in the gym, and soon I seen the title of the Apostle Tahar lesson of they say 2030, but I say sooner. And I didn't even get to watch the video just yet, but it helped me connect my dots for the lesson I want to, quick live stream want to go into, because what the apostle is just saying is, absolutely true. We say sooner, cause why? Hey, that's the purpose. That's a thief for you. Esau Edom. Look how he always come in. He coming like a thief, right? He like to catch you unawares, right? A man, whenever we like to talk about, the tribe of Gad, and just in general, a thief not gonna tell you the approximate date that he gonna come through and take your shit, but you gonna get. But see, us servants, the prophets, we got that vibe. We like, man, this man, he moving weird. We know he finna try something soon, man. That's the spirit of a prophet. I mean, we well aware, we're circumspect, And I want to bring this out in the book of Matthew 24. Because as I was just saying, and also as the apostle, he say sooner, right? Which we believe in the spirit as well. He not just saying to be saying it, we saying it within context of the scriptures, man. So this right, the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 42. It says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not that what hour for your Lord doth come." See, and that's what the Lord told us. When you read up in this chapter, telling us to be what, just be aware of the signs that he has left out for us, right? We don't know the hour, we don't know the second, the minute, but he told us to watch for the signs, and that's how we be prepared to the best of our ability. Verse 43, it says, "But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in that which the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up." See, case in point, if he knew the thief was coming, right, he would have tried to be at the house, make sure he got his scrap, whatever he used to defend himself, right? So he wouldn't suffer his house to get broken into. Same thing for us. The Lord has telling us he not telling us the exact date, right? But we look at Esau's track history. He like to come in swiftly, smooth, slick, cunning, Shalom, Malak, Yahaba, Shemashah, Barakatah, right? It says, verse 43 again, Salakia, "But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in that which the thief had watched the thief would come, he wouldn't have watched, right, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up." And that's beautiful, because I think about the book of Proverbs 22 and verse 3. "The prudent man foresees the evil and hideth himself." We hide ourselves inside the scriptures, right? We hide ourselves inside Yahweh Shai, because we know this man is finna come down soon. We know this man finna catch you like a thief in the night, like the scriptures talks about. Verse 44, "Therefore be ye also ready," right? Because one thing about it, scriptures talk about in the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and 6, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time." We know this nigga's finna come down with wrath. We know this nigga finna come inside our homes, man. But you must be ready for the spirit of Yahweh Shai to give you that spiritual power. I mean, you gotta be ready for Yahweh Shai to give you that spiritual power, right? Going to the book of Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19, "He shall come like a flood, he shall lift up a standard against him." You gotta be ready for it. You gotta be ready for whatever Esau come with. You gotta be ready for the Lord to grant you that spiritual power, right? We know that word in Isaiah 59 and 19, that's lift up a standard, goes into escape, to flee, to disappear. But those are the ones that was ready, though. Those are the ones that's going to get that reward, though, to be able to escape from that. And if so, hey, I will say this, so to add the balance, because some will get taken into the concentration camps. But the thing about it, those brothers, right, and few amount of sisters, right, will have the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah upon them though to keep going, continuing out their lot, to endure. But think about it, they was watching, because think about it, we know that if Esau Edom do come in and swoop some of us up, right, the scripture tells us to apply ourselves, right. He said to agree with our adversary quickly, because some jakes will not know how to agree with the adversary when Esau coming like a flood and get their shit pushed in, you know. So let me read down some more. Salakia. It says, so verse 44, Matthew 22 and 44, 24 and 44. Salakia. It says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Right, and that's the spirit we should be in right now, on guard, hastening the day. Hey, we know that a Black Swan event is upon us, man. We know we days away from it, hours away from it. But the Lord said, hey, be ye ready. Right, this shit can go down tonight. It can happen while you on the plantation, wherever you at. You gotta be ready. We gotta be ready to disconnect at any given moment from this society, because we know it's about to collapse, and we know what's behind it. That MOTB system. We know that's ready to pop off. You see the motion sensor things everywhere when you go inside restaurants, the gym, shit everywhere, stores. So we know the system is ready. We just need for one major event, right? We already see the signs of the prophets finna be off the streets and off the internet, man. And this is why we also add in this high time to wake out of sleep, Romans 13 verse 11. Because this man is ready to roll, right? This man is ready to deem the prophets as the big T words, man. So it's time to really be ready. It's like your phone fell again. But verse 45, it says, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season. All right, my main points really was 42 through 44, but I'm gonna also keep reading. But yeah, the Lord give us that meat in due season, man. Staying down, getting down for your crown. The Lord gonna make sure you reward. Right, the Lord is beautiful when it comes to doing that. He gonna make sure that we get ours. Right. Verse 45. I'm gonna make this real fast. Gotta run inside this Publix right quick. It says, who then is faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. That's real heavy as well, because when the Lord started really intervening the earth, right, he wants to find his servants doing the works, man. Come on, Esau. Right, he want to find us doing what? The works, man. He want to find us not slacking, right, warning the prophets, doing what we're supposed to be doing, handling his business, being about his business. Let me reread that. It says, 46, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Right, keeping that oil in his lamp. Steady warning, steady being in the spirit. Right. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, we see that shit with the other Israelite counts, man. We say first ham, then nigga Sakari, Guerrilla Hebrew, pretty much putting down the plow at the last minute, man. It's go time and you putting down the plow, But that main thing I was really getting into was Esau saying it could be 2030, right? But the apostles say 20. He say sooner, right? Which we believe in the spirit, right? Scripture says matter of fact, let me grab that right quick. I gotta close out. Got something important to attend to right quick. This is Ephesians chapter 5, and I'll just close out with this right here. it says Ephesians 5:15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." See, it says, "See then that you walk circumspectly." You gotta be walking around and discerning things, right? Watching these articles and filtering through the scriptures, man. We know how Esau Edom ready. He's ready to get down. You know, his end is here. You know. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools," because a fool's not gonna regard the time. So he's gonna walk around pretty much blind, right? We are in the land of darkness, right? And this truth, right? This wisdom, knowledge, of understanding the Bible, give us that light to know where we at within time, right? But it says, "But as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." And it's only gonna get more worse than what we are seeing right now, you know. So something quick I wish could have added more, but I definitely got to attend to something else, right? So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, great millstone, and also Shalom to the brothers, right? To the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing truth without sincerity, and also Shalom to very few sincere sisters, right? And also Shalom to the brothers, right, and the sisters that be on the comment board as well. The water, Shalom.